Hey, baby girl. Hi, Emmanuel. Lila. Miss you guys. Probably gonna cry because I'm listening to praise and worship music, and it's gonna make me cry, I'm sure. But I've been coming home from work lately. I gotta stop doing this. It's a bad habit, but thinking like, what would I do if when I got home, my family were there, you know? And then I start running through like these imaginations of like you guys being there and me getting to hug you and talk to you. And feels like I'm probably repeating myself for the 20th time, but feels like I'm in a bad dream. Feels like you ever have those dreams where you're like trying to run and you can't run. Or you wake up from a dream and you wish it were real. Today's date, by the way, is, let me look here. It's October 13th, 2023. Pops had his birthday on the 11th, 2 days ago. Apparently Israel's at war. I'm not sure how much of that I believe. You just can't believe anything anymore. You just really can't. After you guys left, I didn't have any wine for 2.5 years. And lately I've been having a little wine on Shabbat, Friday night. I come home and literally I've had 3 sips tonight, so don't think I'm drunk or anything. I sent Pops an email on his birthday. I've sent him like a handful of emails and he doesn't respond. Nothing. Doesn't say thank you. No response whatsoever. I don't know if he's canceled or if he's blocked me or he just doesn't care. But I asked him in the email, I said, I know you probably won't relay a message, but I would sure like to let Lila and Emmanuel know how much I love and miss them. Something else I want to tell Preston, and I want to tell everyone, all my children. I don't just love you, I like you. I like you. What makes me say that, Lila and Emmanuel and Preston and Caleb, is I realized recently, see, I've always knew my parents loved me. My mom loved me. My dad loved me. But I recently realized that they never liked me. They don't have to. It's fine. They don't have to like me. But there's a difference between loving someone and liking them. And it's okay. I don't hold it against them. I'm not mad or angry or like, oh, you never liked me. But I just realized it. See, I always knew something about me my dad didn't like. My dad one time, and again I'm probably repeating this story. I'm going to turn this down here. When I was a little kid, he had some rental houses in the slums and they rented out to white trash people. I remember this fat lady, probably on government assistance, and my dad was renting his house out to them. And we had to evict them, and the police had to come while we took all their stuff out. But prior to that, my dad went by there one day to pick up rent, which they never had, or never had all of it. And it was in a white trash, like slum type part of town. Nowadays, that area of town, like everywhere in the town I grew up, is worth a lot of money now. There are no bad parts of town, but back then it was a rundown part of town. But my dad went inside. I was in his van, and he went up to the front door to knock and get the bill, and I stayed in the van. While I was in the van, this little punk kid came up and started talking what we would say trash to me. Started running his mouth and things like that. And I was standing up for myself, I didn't want to be a victim. I didn't want to be, have somebody bully me. So I was standing up for myself. Well, my dad came back to the car, to the van, and the kid said, "Your son's going to get himself in trouble if he keeps running his mouth like that." You know what my dad said? "Yeah, I know." My dad took the other guy's side, didn't have a clue what happened, wasn't there for any of it. I never forgot that. I forgive my dad. I love him. But that always stuck with me because it showed me my dad wasn't on my side. I didn't realize it then, but now I realize my dad didn't like me. He didn't like me. He loved me, but he didn't like me. And so I thought about it. I want to tell my children that, yes, I love you. You know I love you. I've told you a million times I love you. But I want you to know I like you too. I like you, Lila. I like you, Emmanuel. I like you, Preston. I like you, Caleb. I like you guys. I like you with all my heart. I love you with all my heart. I like you with all my heart. So I just wanted to make that clear to you guys, okay? I like you. I want my children. I love my children. I did try to reach out to you again through Pops. I don't have a phone right now because I was just using WhatsApp and I wasn't paying my phone bill. Turns out, if you don't pay your phone bill for 3 months, you lose your number. So I lost my number. And I'm like, well, what the heck? Why do I even need a phone? And then my phone broke, so now I got to buy a new phone. And then I got to get a new number. And I can't even get into my phone, to get my old contacts. They might be in the cloud or something. I can find them or get some of them anyways. But, I don't even know if I have your mom's number anymore. And I realized, why do I need a phone? Here I am. I'm living in a second world country. I'm where God put me. He called me out from the fast pace and the money-hungry world of the United States, and He put me here. And I'm at peace here. I really am. I have very, very difficult days without you guys. That's it. If it weren't for you, I'd never have a bad day. If it weren't for you not being here, I'd never have a bad day. I love my life here in Mexico. I love it. I work for a furniture maker. I make almost $20 a day, right? And I'm happy. I don't need more than that. I have a house that's paid off. I have a giant Excursion 7.3 diesel that's paid off. I have a motorcycle. I have a bazaar store if I ever have a slow day and he doesn't need me. I have a car wash. I don't need anything else than that. And sure, if you guys were here, I could figure out a way to make more money. I would definitely put the boys to work and your mom to work and to survive after what she's done and leaving me and drained everything that I had, which wasn't much. But all I ever wanted to do was live debt-free. I'm going to pause so I can clear my nasal passages. Every time I eat, man, my nasal, my sinuses just act up. They get drained. They start running and draining, and it gets into my throat. Then I got to clear. I got to make this stupid noise. like that. Same thing at work with all the dust. People think I'm weird. I'm sorry, I just got messed up sinuses. But I wanted to do a video and just tell you how much I love and miss you guys again. I had a great week last week. Went to the Feast of Tabernacles in a place called San Damian. And camped out. I came back. It's supposed to be for 7 nights. I camped out with them for 2 nights. Came back, camped out another 4 nights. Went back, camped out the last night with them. Fellowship with them. But even them, I think they don't like me anymore because you know me. I'm a man of God. God's given me extreme wisdom. I'm not super intelligent. I'm not super sharp or quick-witted. Right? But I have a tremendous amount of wisdom from God. And the thing is, when you have this wisdom that others don't, it can sometimes feel like a curse. I'm not calling wisdom a curse, but I'm saying it can feel like it. If I know things about this world that no one else knows, when I speak of them, everybody says, wow, you're really crazy, right? Because they don't believe you. Because you're the only one that knows it. I have things that I know that no one else knows. And I had to call these people out on some things. They're doing good. They want to keep the Torah, which is good. They want to keep the feasts. God's feasts. His set apart days. They want to keep Shabbat. But then they go all the way to this extreme and they start doing these religious things. And I tried to explain to them, no. We need to be like the Apostle Paul. We need to be Christians. See, Paul was a Christian that kept the feast, that kept the Shabbat. Right? He didn't eat pork. He kept the dietary laws, right? But he was a Pharisee of Pharisees, but when he got saved, became a Christian, he stopped being a Pharisee. Right? So they want to be like, they want to leave Christianity and become Pharisees. And I'm trying to explain to them there's a ditch on both sides of the road. If you're traveling down a road, there's a ditch on the right and there's a ditch on the left. So you're telling these Christians that they're in the ditch, but they're telling you you're in the ditch. The reality is both sides are in a ditch. Everybody needs to get on the road, you know? And so now they don't like me because I had to tell them the truth, right? But I don't know. Maybe they do, or maybe I'm just thinking that. And I'll find out tomorrow. I'm going to go fellowship with them in the morning. And they're called Hebrew roots people, back to their Hebrew roots. And then I'm going to fellowship with my Christian brethren later on in the night. And so we'll just see what the Lord has for me. I love my life. I miss my children. I miss you guys so much. Love you guys. Hope I see you someday. Hope you reach out to me. Hope you call me. Lila, I'm going to do a Facebook page when I get a new phone number. I'm going to do a Facebook page with your name. And so someday you'll find it. You'll find it. I'm going to post pictures and things like that, and you'll find it someday and hopefully reach out to me through it. Love you, Emmanuel. Miss you, baby boy. Preston, Caleb. Bye, guys.